Hi, folks. Are you thinking about getting your contractor's license? Do you live in one of the states that requires you to carry liability insurance and get a license bond before you can get your license? If so, stick around. You'll want to watch this video. Hi, folks. I'm Larry Lapkin with Builder's Edge Insurance Services, and I've been writing contractors insurance policies since 1999. In this video, we're going to talk about the states that require you to carry liability insurance and a license bond, and we're going to answer some of the questions that are often asked of me about this type of insurance. If you're thinking about getting your contractor's license, many states require you to carry not only a license bond, but also contractor's liability insurance, also known as commercial general liability insurance. States that require you to carry the liability insurance are Massachusetts, Minnesota, Mississippi, New Mexico, Oregon, Idaho, Washington, West Virginia, Wisconsin, and Hawaii. Now, just because your state might not require you to carry the contractor's liability insurance doesn't mean that you don't need it. In fact, I suggest that even if you're in one of the states that doesn't require it, you should really be carrying it. So, what is contractor's liability insurance? Well, contractor's liability insurance is coverage that protects your business from claims that can arise from bodily injury to others and from damage caused by your work. So, if you're working as a subcontractor, I guarantee that it's going to be a requirement of the general contractor you're going to be working for. In the states I previously mentioned, tradesmen like carpenters, plumbers, electricians, painters, landscapers, HVAC, basically any trade that requires a contractor's license will need to obtain a contractor's liability policy and a license bond. Next question. Do all contractors need liability insurance? Well, the short answer is yes. Now, just like this guy above me here, that grinder on my head, that would be a claim for sure. Chances, yeah, all right, I see you. If he drops that, going to cause damage, bodily injury to me, and that would not be good. The short answer is yes. Anytime you set foot in somebody else's property, there's the risk that you can cause property damage or bodily injury to others. Okay, so we just talked about why contractors need liability insurance. Next question is, how much does it cost? Well, there's a few things that are going to determine the price. First thing would be the type of work that you're doing. Certainly a roofer or a tree cutter is going to pay a lot more than a drywall contractor or even an electrician. Liability insurance is based either on your estimated annual payroll, also your estimated annual sales, also known as gross receipts. So the higher the payroll, the higher the gross sales, the more you're going to be paying for your insurance. Seems like most of the guys that are calling me are maybe remodeling contractors. And I can tell you that for what we call an owner only, meaning just the owner of the business with no other payroll, with some sub-out costs, you're probably going to be paying in the range of $900 to $1,000 a year. There is financing available. You don't have to pay for the policy all at once. Typically, you're going to need about $350 to get the policy started. Now, the rest of that would be financed usually over 9 or 10 months. So you make a monthly payment, and at the end of those 9 or 10 months, the policy is paid off. And all these policies, by the way, are term of a policy is 1 year. So another question I get asked a lot is, what limits of liability insurance do I need to carry? The answer to that is partially determined by the state contractor's license board for the state in which you are going to be licensed. I find that many of the states' requirements are actually quite low in the real world. And for example, I think in Oregon, they only require you to carry $500,000 of liability insurance. Well, you can buy $500,000 almost for the same price that you're going to pay for $1 million. So you should go with the $1 million policy. And in reality, most contractors carry at least $1 million per occurrence of liability insurance. The general contractor is going to determine, he's going to be the one to tell you, hey, you got to carry limits that are just like what the general contractor is carrying. Each state is a little different, and we can talk about that on a case-by-case basis. I often get asked, what other types of insurance do contractors need? Well, the first one that comes to mind is workers' compensation insurance. If you have employees, chances are your state will require that you carry workers' compensation insurance. Each state is a little different as to what the requirements are and in terms of what the limits of insurance are that you need for a workers' comp. So check with your state. Another type of insurance that we get asked a lot about is commercial auto insurance. If you use your automobile in the course of doing business, you should consider getting a commercial auto insurance policy. Otherwise, insurance carrier may not pay the claim if you just have a personal auto policy. Another type of policy that you should consider is coverage for your tools and equipment. That would be everything from your hand tools to mobile equipment, things like trailers and excavators and cranes and so forth. So we can help you with that. Most commercial liability policies or contractors liability policies don't include coverage for tools and equipment. That very often comes as a big surprise to a contractor when their stuff gets ripped off. So you need to be proactive and ask about that ahead of time. We can help you with that. So why do business with Builder's Edge Insurance Services? Well, for one thing, we cast a big footprint. We're licensed in most states. We've been doing this for over 20 years. We speak contractors' language. We understand your business. So if you have any questions or if you'd like a quote, feel free to give us a call. Very happy to help. You've already been licensed and you're shopping for your liability insurance or your license bond, give me a call. Thank you for watching. Best wishes to you and good luck in your business. Again, it's been a pleasure chatting with you today.